Welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez here in Mexico City. We are here for the Mexican Grand Prix here in the STB Tier 3. This is a brilliant track to race on, mixture of high speed, low speed and medium speed corners, especially quick corners through Sector 2, and a very much of juxtaposition going into the first couple of corners of Sector 2. Sector 1 consists of two DRS straights followed with a chicane of turns 1, 2 and 3. Many moves going to be starting to be kicking off there at the start of the race for definite, and then followed by turns 4 and 5 with more moves coming in there. Turn 6 is a double apex hairpin, which drivers will have to attack cautiously if they want to refrain from making any mistakes. Followed by a very, very tricky S section. There is a huge chance there will be invalidations in this qualifying, but also track limit penalties in the race because how sometimes you can get one corner wrong and that whole S section is gone for, and all of your lap is essentially deleted. Followed by the third and final DRS straight of this circuit going into Sector 3, with the stadium section consisting from turns 12 to 17, ending off the lap. The circuit length is 4.304 kilometers or 2.674 miles, with its first race being held in 1962. In real life, there are 71 laps for the Mexican Grand Prix. However, because this is on a 50% race, there is 36. The fastest lap in the last race in 2025 was a 1:20.0 in the race. In the race, in qualifying, the fastest lap, the pole position lap set by Lando Norris in the McLaren, was a 1:15.586. So expect times to be around the teen mark. So it's going to be pretty nice to watch, a pretty good race to be watching. There's been many changes throughout this track through its history. But now let's focus on the racing then, shall we? First, to cross the line will be Aiden Jones, who makes his way down the final DRS straight as he makes his way into the stadium section. What can the Haas driver set? He's been quick throughout the first two races. What does he do now? Without Burger Boy as well, he could be a good push for victory here once again in Mexico. Cross the line, it's a 1:14.8. Man's behind him is just ever so slightly slower with a 62 thousandths off the pace. Followed by, next up, Rocco, who is on an invalidated lap time. Followed by the Mercedes of Fraser, I think. Nope, that is Unknown Destiny. Next across the line will be Mind Pace. The other McLaren, around the final corner, he will be 2.2 seconds off the pace as the Ferrari comes round, goes up into third. That's Dobak, followed by his teammate jumping up to fourth of Firebird. And then MSLR gets sneaking his way into the top three as more and more drivers will be setting lap times as EGC can't put a lap time onto the board. Timo Games, his debut in the Tier 3. He will start his first lap time here in qualifying in the Aston Martin, most likely reserving. The next cross line is Fraser. Fraser goes up to 5th place with a 1:15.430. Next cross line will be Eric Pohl. He jumps up into 5th, beats Fraser by nearly 2 tenths. Wait, no, nearly a tenth, sorry. Next will be Mans again, but he will be diving to bits. He spun! Oh, what the? Are we going to have this again with the platform 9 3/4? It happened in Las Vegas. This happened again with Rocco this time, as Back goes up into 8th position. Unknown Destiny now. He jumps up to 8th as well. What about the Haas of Aiden Jones, who will dive into the pits? Mind pace, across the line. He stays where he is, only a 10th of improvement. He cannot find any time here at the moment here in Mexico. As Firebird will also cross the line. Will he improve? No, he doesn't. 4 seconds off the pace. Followed by MSLR, who goes into the pits. His teammates, Oni GC, still going on for more and more laps as he has invalidated him. Timo on his debut around the final corner. Cross the line. It goes up into 10th. A second and a half off current pole sitter Aiden Jones, who is set a 1:14.8. Timo here sets a 1:16.3. The only drivers out on track that's still yet to set laps. We've got Logan Ali, Rafa Sanchez, Flipper, Gabriel Sabbioni, Patrick Nematz, Evan, and Mateus Mercedes. Mateus Mercedes getting on the podium in Las Vegas thanks to the heavens opening in the streets of the center of Las Vegas. Alpine of Rocco diving to the pits. Back will probably follow suit. Same with the Mercedes of Unknown Destiny behind him. As drivers pull into the pits, we are in our first, you can call the intermission zone, where most drivers are currently in the pits, choosing out their tyres and trying to get it right for their next lap times. Mind pace is 5 seconds down. As next across the line will be Flipper, currently on an out lap. Next across the line will be Timo, who will be most likely going to the pits. 6 seconds down, yes, he is most likely going there. But next across the line will be Logan Ali, who, according to the track map, he set a purple sector 2. I can't fully believe that, but there's still an opportunity around the final corner. Where does the Red Bull go? Crosses the line, goes P7, 7.5 tenths behind pole sitter Aiden Jones, as Flipper starts his lap further down the straight. Aiden Jones, as more drivers are going back out on track to set their out laps, as we have a Ferrari of, I believe, Dobak letting drivers through. But at the moment, we have Rafa Sanchez and Flipper to focus on. Rafa Sanchez also stuck it in this pack of sorts. On board here with the Alpine, as the V-carb of Patrick Nematz lets him through. Through the S section, the trickiest section, we could see invalidation here from Rafa. Use his track limits right to the extent there, but he's used it too far. And that's an invalidation for Rafa Sanchez. Flipper now will also be attempting, and he goes off and invalidates. That's what I mean. One bad corner and that whole S section is gone from you. Who is next to focus on here, ladies and gentlemen? Who is next? Timo. Narrowly improving, I think that was, unless he's just started his out lap. Or his flying lap, sorry. Blind pace improves. We see... I saw some movement. But Dobak is going to start his flying lap. Patrick Nematz and Gabriel Sabbioni both on flying lap times of 28.005 set by the Haas. His teammate currently sitting at that provisional pole position. Will he hold it out, or will Gabriel Sabbioni finally rise up to be the man alongside Aiden? As he has invalidated, so he cannot put a lap on the board. What about the driver further behind, Patrick Nematz? He still needs to get something good from this S section. Yellow flags, that is most likely drivers being let through. Nematz, he's nailed it. He's now going to get the DRS. Streams his way down. He's using, like I said, track limits to the extent here. And he goes a bit wide, but the game lets him by, as Aiden Jones makes a narrow improvement, which extends the gap from him to Mans. Only half a tenth quicker, but around the final corner, Patrick Nematz crosses the line, goes down to provisional pole by 4 tenths. Oh my God! We know for his qualifying pace, but his qualifying pace shines again. What about Dobak making his way around the final corner? He is going slowly. That will not be a proper lap time, but wow! That is not the man I was expecting to be having at the top of the order at the moment. As Patrick Nematz currently sits top here in qualifying. MSLR sneaks his way into third place without me noticing. Cheeky boy. Next across the line will be Eric Pohl. He's currently up on a flyer. Crosses the line, jumps up to 5th. 4 attempts of improvement. And that will be key for Red Bull. His teammate on an outlap at the moment. Soon going to start his main lap as Evan. Up into 7th he goes in the kick Sauber. His teammate up in 3rd. As the V-Carb lands, makes it a provisional 1-2 for V-Carb. Who's invited V-Carb to this conversation? We've seen Aiden Jones be the main man. We've seen MSLR. We've seen sometimes Logan Alley. We've seen Burger Boy, but he's currently not present. But here come V-Carb out of nowhere. I don't think anyone put that on their schedule planner. Aston Martin, that will be Flipper starting his lap time. He needs a good one. As the Mercedes, I think that was Unknown Destiny starting his lap time. As I think that was not Rocco, Flipper. Not Flipper. He just crossed the line. Somebody just moved up. It was Back. Yes, it was Back. Who jumps up into 7th. Good lap time from him then. What about his teammate, currently on an outlap? Has been very much struggling these past 2 races in qualifying. Does make some places in the race, but sometimes just needs to be careful from time to time, as we've seen racing from him. He's in a dangerous zone at the moment. At the back of the grid, Logan Alley crosses the line and doesn't even improve. This is not the qualifying section for Logan, as Mateus goes up into 13th in the Williams. Followed by the Haas of Gabriel. Still yet to set a lap time. Flipper on an invalidation. Rafa, we saw him narrowly invalidate here. Will he narrowly invalidate again? He nails the S section down the DRS straight now. There's no more mistakes that can be made unless something happens at that stadium section. Down into the trickiest, one of the most trickiest parts of the circuit. He does it well, takes it well. Into the second to last corner, turn 16, round turn 17, bit of a snap, but he jumps up to 12th. I think if he didn't have that snap through turn 17, he could gain a bit more time and maybe even get up into 11th. But at the moment, he stays where he is as Back goes into the pits. Mind Pace jumps up to 12th, and that is an improvement from the last 2 races from the McLaren. Logan Alley, desperate to get into the pits quickly. He is currently on some very unlucky pace at the moment. Can't get the pace just right. As Mateus follows suit, and so, but Gabriel also on an invalidated lap. I don't know if he can set a lap time. Flipper locks up, and that's wide. The game lets it off. But some time was definitely lost through that stadium section. Flipper makes his way into turn 16, dashing into turn 17. He's struggling a lot and dives into the pits instead. If he didn't go into the pits, he would have set something around a 116, maybe a 115. If he's lucky. Gabriel goes again. And let's see how he does. Rafa Sanchez. Has he missed the pit lane? He can't. It's not hard. There we go. Leaves Mind Pace and Gabriel, Patrick and Aiden. The 4 drivers out on track, and Mind Pace going into the pits, and I think Gabriel is the furthest away man. 3 minutes is what's left of this qualifying session. And Gabriel is currently lapless at the moment. He sets a 55.8 for Sector 2. Gabriel Sabioni into the stadium section. No mistakes here from the Haas driver. He will finally put a lap on the board after a couple laps of invalidated lap times. Around the final corner. What will the Haas set? Will he get close to his teammate across the line? Jumps up to 6th place. And thus the appearance into qualifying that the Haas needed after the past couple. As the V-Carb of Patrick, currently the pole sitter in P1. And a V-Carb on course for a 1-2 here. Flipper, the only man to not set a lap time yet. Who will be next? Who will be next is the question. Aidan Jones and Patrick making their way around the circuit. Both of them desperate to improve and hold off each other. Aidan Jones has 4 attempts to make up. Patrick Nema's currently on his throne. Down the DRS straights. He steams down into the stadium section. Says the exact same Sector 2 as he set previously. As Patrick around the penultimate corner, round the final corner. Is there improvement? 114.3. He jumps up to a 114.2. A bigger hurdle to jump for Aidan, who's invalidated. He was on 4 attempts of improvement, could have spoiled the V-Car party, but he will be starting maximum 3rd. MSLR starting a lap time, the Ferrari, I believe Dobak starting 2, Alpine Rocco, Alpine Rafa, McLaren of Back, Ferrari of Firebird. Everyone starting lap times. Who is going to be the most threatening one? Timo and Flipper. The 2 slowest drivers currently on paper. Flipper still yet to set a lap time as somebody's just jumped up. That was Fraser. Fraser makes his way into top 5. 6 tenths. As through goes Logan Alley, who is he is on a push lap now. Here he goes. Logan Alley, 15th. Not the qualifying he's wanted. And he's probably never expected for a long time. As Unknown Destiny makes 1 position of improvement. As Mindpace starts his lap time, so does Flipper. As qualifying is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. The people with the checkered flags and Rafa Sanchez with the outlap, that is the maximum place they can get. MSLR rounds it off, beating Aidan Jones in 3rd at the moment. It doesn't look like anyone can get close to this moment as Rocco, Rocco jumps up to 3rd position. Aidan Jones rounds out qualifying in 5th. However, that's still up for debate. Flipper jumps up to 10th, and that's his lap. His teammate further down the order of Timo. But it will be a V-Carb 1-2 here in Mexico. Something I did not see coming. Eric Pole's on an improvement. Can he beat anyone around him? He's the only man still yet to set a lap time. Around the final corner he goes. Eric Pole goes P3. The Red Bull jumps up to 3rd. Logan Alley in 13th. As Timo into 7th in his first race here in Tier 3. And that is qualifying done. Patrick is on pole, followed by his teammate of Mans. Why is the camera like that? I have no clue. Eric did get a 5-place grid penalty. If we can quickly check for what. Where is it? Collision. No, that's Flipper. But Flipper also does have a 5 grid place penalty. For a collision with Mindpace, Eric Pole will be starting 5 places back, which gifts Rocco 3rd place. 36 laps. 1 minute 14 is the quickest lap. Race speed, a lap time of around 117 to 118. If there's rain, something around 123, but there's sunny skies here in Mexico, and you'd rather expect sunny skies in Mexico City, geographically wise. We also have Tier 2 on in about 5 minutes. Commentator Maldi will be streaming that one. But as we wait for drivers to make their setups. Yes, he is. He is the GOAT. But here we go. 5 red lights here in Mexico. And it's go for the first time here today. Which V-car will be quicker off the line? It will definitely be Patrick Nematz. As MSLR could catch him napping, he'll have the inside line into the chicane. We could see some carnage. There is everyone just sprawling across the circuit. We could see some contact. There's lockups. There's contact. There's somebody going wide further back there. But luck, somehow, everyone is somehow going through safety. You have some corner cuts here and there. Timo's dropped down massively as Patrick Nematz runs away. Eric Pole down the inside on Aiden Jones, holding off position. And even with the 5-place grid for the penalty, Eric Pole is where he should have started. We have drivers going wide. It's a loss of rear there for Mans as Logan Alley has made such a brilliant start, jumping from 13th to 5th. Let's look at position changes real quick, and it's clear who's the main man for this start, and that's definitely Eric Pole and Logan Alley, both Red Bulls. Strong fighting, and both have made up 5 and 8 positions. We have the Williams and Mateus and Rafa further back, both making up 6 places. So it's been a really good start for some of these drivers, but also very poor for some others, as Timo has dropped from 7th to 17th, which is not the best thing you'd want, really. But as Patrick Nematz sprints away, he must be on a soft tyre. No! Mediums seems the extremely popular choice, except for one man in the Aston Martin, that's Timo. On the hard compound tyre, he will start off pretty slowly, but he will make his way back up the field when everyone goes into pits, and will also be on cold tyres later. As here we go, Eric Pole with his ambition can't make the move. It's still side by side. There's any contact as he's pushed wide. Through goes SLR. He's going to try and get past. Will he get a second place? He holds off Eric Pole, and up into second place he goes the kick Sauber. Through the S section. What a move from the kick Sauber. Second place for him. As it's a yellow flag, that's on Destiny. Rounded the entry of the S. As Mads, he's rolled! Oh God! Mads' race is completely gone, as he's also got a penalty. Mans has got his race single-handedly ruined as he spins round in the stadium section. And in down to 13th goes the V-Carb. His teammate up further forward with the DRS. Eric Pole overtakes MSLR. But Mines will definitely make up some places, as Firebird has not got a good chicane there. He drops down 5 places. Hasn't spun or anything. There was no yellow flag, so he's really just had such a poor chicane. So that's not very much ideal, as Evans rejoined. We seems to be having some disconnection problem, similar to Las Vegas. But looking more towards the midfield here, as it's still bunched up. That's Flipper. Hang on a minute, that's not Flipper. That's Mads again! What on earth is he doing? He's throwing this race away. He started second, and look where he is now. 17th. That is just not the race you'd want. Obviously. Go back. Comes closer. Closer, closer, like a cheetah chasing a gazelle. Through goes the Ferrari, ahead of Rocco in the Alpine. Eric Pole wants to regain second place from MSLR as Patrick Nemas holds off a 3-second gap consistently from second and third place. We've got some pushing, we've got some shoving. Fraser sticks his nose in on Logan Alley. He tries to get past. They're barging each other, they're ghosting through each other. Fraser does get in front of Logan Alley, but with very, very aggressively, as MSLR gets a track limit infringement penalty. Rocco also looking to make a move on the Ferrari, trying to regain position. And he does slide through turn 12. That is not ideal. And he slides again. He falls back to Gabriel, who is definitely going to have a vague try. Not even vague. He's going to definitely going to have a go. Down the straight, Gabriel approaching the Alpine. To the right he goes, side by side before the chicane, and the Haas claims 8th place. And Rocco, with some very interesting traction control, has lost 2 positions on the same straight 2 laps in a row. Not very ideal. As Eric Pole drops down to 4th, out of the podium places. He's going to definitely be up there fighting though still. As Gabriel gets a penalty, we're going to quickly have a look to start things off. 5 laps in, we have a 13-second penalty from Mateus, and then 3 seconds for Gabriel. MSLR! MSLR! No! It's the Kick Sauber, who is off at the S section and drops to 16th. And oh, it's Rafa 2! It's a 2-car spin! And Evans definitely gonna have a move. Down the inside he goes. There's contact. Oh, it's very, very aggressive barging here. And both of them don't get a penalty, as they're still barging. Rafa dives into the pits. What on earth has just happened? Flipper trying to catch up to Mind Pace. And he will definitely have the pace. Can he send it? Does he have the ambition? No, he doesn't. Sticks behind, waits for the Mind Pace mistake, but he is currently standing strong. He is not cracking under the pressure the Aston Martin is giving behind him. As Gabriel with a penalty, it's Doback, who goes down 2 positions. And further up the grid, Logan Alley chasing down Fraser, who's had a bit of a wheel spin, but luckily no actual crashes. Back is round at the S section. That S section has seen a lot of spins to kick things off here in Mexico. Timo ahead of Doback, who dives into the pits. It is a new set of mediums. But as the grid slowly starts to space out here in Mexico, we do see some close fights still possible. We have in Mateus and Gabriel. Further up, we've got Fraser, Eric Pole, and Aiden with a McLaren. That's back, I think. Yeah, it is. It's another mistake for the McLaren driver. as he drops down into 14th as Mans approaches and makes the overtake. Will Flipper follows suit down the inside into the chicane. A rather simple pass, as Back was obviously did not have the speed that anyone else expected him to have. As Aidan Jones slowly running away from Fraser. Can he catch up to the V-Carb, who has been in the lead, holding that 2 to 3 second gap since the start of this race? As Logan Ali is going into the pits. He's going for his set of mediums, I believe that is. It's a set of hards. Am I wrong? Yep, it is a set of hards. Mercedes is gonna try and catch down to Gabriele Sabbioni. Got confused with the Man City player. Not even Man City. Oh my bees, what is going on? Anyway. Through the S section. Still close. Timo slowly drawing closer to the Williams. But Mateus is drawing closer to Gabrielle, and it's just a very, very close fight currently happening here for 5th place here as drivers start to go into the pits. It's time here, ladies and gentlemen, in Mexico City for the pit stops to commence as Aidan Jones slowly closing the gap to the V-Carb. Patrick has to slowly start to look into his wing mirrors again, because there he finds a slowly approaching pass of Aidan Jones, who has cut that 3 second gap. Further down the order, we have the 2 Red Bulls. Will there be team orders, or will Eric Pohl just set up a simple pass down the inside into chicane? Logan lets him by, and both of them will definitely use some teamwork as Rafa and Gabrielle have left the session. Not sure what is happening. But people are being cut from the servers. Patrick goes into the pits. He takes the risk. Fraser in the pits too. Where does the V-Carb? What tyre is it? It's the mediums. No, it's not. It's the hards. Very popular here currently, the hard compound tyre. Fraser, I think, follows suit. Yes, he does on the hard compound tyre. The Mercedes driver, as Patrick Nemeth comes out in 5th place and 19 seconds behind Aidan Jones. The question is, when will Aidan Jones pit? Obviously, Patrick's tyres are much colder than Aidan Jones's. Also, the fact that hard tyres to kick things off are not the best tyres you want to be on, but later on they will get better for him. But the 2 Red Bulls still closely behind Dobak as My Pace is round in the S section. The S section has a new victim. It's the McLaren of Mind Pace. His teammate got bitten by this S section not too long ago, as Aidan Jones is in the pits, and I think we know who's going to be further out in front, and that will be Patrick Nemeth. Aidan Jones attempts the overcut. He's making his way out the pits, but Patrick Nemeth is ahead by quite a larger margin than before. as also Aiden Jones has some traffic to get past first as Eric Pole down the inside on the Ferrari. Can he hold him off? Yes, he can. And Eric Pole takes up into the provisional podium places and is in third place. However, he will have to look behind him. Aiden Jones being held back by Logan Alley, who did make the pit stop earlier. Flipper making the overtake on Mind Pace. Aiden Jones into the S section. Will we see another spin here from anyone? We've seen it happen a couple times. These drivers on cold tyres, we could see it happen, but Logan Alley is only focused on overtaking the Ferrari here. The gap to 3 tenths. And I think on the next straight we could see an overtake. As I think, has Eric Pole broken free from Dobak's DRS? We'll see as he crosses the line. The DRS is not, it is there luckily. But he's definitely too far back to make a move. As that's Mind Pace again! This time in the stadium section. As, oh, hello there. Here comes Aiden Jones. Down the inside looking to make a move on Logan Alley. But stays behind. As Mind Pace tumbles down the order. As Aiden Jones around the outside. Is it virtual? It's a full car safety. Is it safety car? Or am I going mad? It's a virtual. Okay. I thought that Haas was a safety car for a minute. The virtual safety car is out due to Mind Pace. He's in the pits now. But this is actually very, very good for Timo. I do not see... He is on the hard compound tyre. We could see him pit. Does he pit is the question. He does. He knows he's got now got the time. As we still haven't restarted. And will he be in the lead? Onto the... I couldn't see what tyres they were. But Patrick Nemats doesn't go green yet. As Timo Games rejoins. Is it P1? It's P2. It's P2 for the Aston Martin. And that is a brilliant moment there for the Aston Martin, who sneaks up into second. Burger Boy's replacement finds himself in the places where Burger Boy would be, as we're back underway from the virtual safety car. As Gabriel has had a shaky start, and further down the order, further up the order actually from Gabriel, we've still got the fight for third place. Now technically for second, maybe even first, if Eric Pole and Timo Games can hold in that 1 second gap. Timo Games definitely on the fresher tyres, can definitely keep up with Patrick, but will Eric catch up with Timo? I don't think he can. Any spins? No, everyone's good through that S section. We could see one further down the order. As Aiden Jones back to putting pressure on Logan Alley. Aiden currently in the slipstream. He will have DRS. Obviously, there is no DRS counter for after the virtual safety car. DRS is just immediately back enabled, as safety cars, they are enabled after the 2-lap procedure. As what a move! He goes very wide and Logan Alley keeps it ahead. As Aiden getting desperate, but he's definitely much more closer now, as Timo finds himself in the lead thanks to DRS. And Aiden Jones to the outside. Can he make it stick around the outside? He can't make the move though. And Logan Alley stays ahead. It looks like Timo has very much kept the lead here. As Patrick Nemats clips the grass, we could see a spin from these front drivers. Fraser desperate to get into the conversation, and that's for sure. As we've caught up to a no, we haven't. For a second, we caught up to a back marker. I can't read the map. But Timo has definitely a large enough gap that Patrick just will not catch up to, even with DRS enabled. No, he does not. However, this second straight could be promising here for the V-Carb. Got pole earlier. Can he take back the lead they had before everyone went into the pits? Logan Ali overtakes Doback, and through goes Aiden. Can't even get the move on Logan. Side by side down the straight, going into the chicane. They're banging wheels. Aiden with the outside line once again. Forced the long way around. There's contact again. Banging wheels, and Aiden barges Logan Ali wide. As they're still side by side. This is brilliant wheel to wheel action. Elbows out to the maximum. And through the S section. Oh, fuck! It's Aiden and Logan Ali in the wall! And you just knew this was coming! And the S section has two new victims! Aiden Jones and Logan Ali. Who didn't see that one coming, ladies and gentlemen? Who didn't? I said it earlier. And Aiden Jones into the pits, so will be Logan Ali. Both of them with damages. They have 21 laps to catch up, so they probably will catch up. It will be hard compound tyres for Logan Ali, as he has I think some kind of penalty. A stop and go penalty, what I mean is. Aiden Jones back out, I think, once again on the hard compound tyres. Yes, he is. And Logan Ali on the hards, most likely too. And most likely will go to the end with these ones. But we rejoin onto the circuits here in the battle for the midfielders. We have a bit of losing of the rib from SLR in the background. But we have a fight for 7th here. We've also got further up with the grid Patrick Nemitz, who just can't get close enough to Timo. But this could be the moment where he can. 7/10 nearly is the gap. Is it enough for Patrick to chase down? Into the chicane. It's slowly getting closer and closer. However, it's definitely not going to be enough. However, the gap does shorten a much more, and that chicane was a brilliant entry for the V-Carb. And at the moment, he could get closer to Timo. As Firebird further behind the grid, gets past Mans. However, they are still fighting. As Flipper has dropped, he's spun at the chicane. Why am I missing all these moments? Patrick Nemitz is trying to close it down. Firebird gets past Mans. MSLR, can he find a move on Mateus, who slides again? He needs to up his traction control, definitely. Because it's clearly not working for him. Patrick he's getting closer every single straight. Question is, when's the move going to happen? It's a 10th closer than last time. Here we go for whatever round this is. Another 2 straight battle of time closing. Patrick Nemitz chasing down Timo, his teammate Timo, round again at the stadium section. Flipper, who actually cuts across. As we also quickly look at penalties before anything, everyone on 3 seconds. The 3 seconds penalties are Logan, Rafa, Unknown Destiny, Gabriel Flipper has retired in the pits. 3-second penalties also for MSLR, Mateus, Rocco, and Eric Pole, and then 6 seconds for Mans and Bach. The two leaders slowly catching up to the back markers here. Lap 18 out of 36. We are halfway through the Mexican Grand Prix here in the STB Racing League Tier 3. So, Timo Games currently leads, followed by Patrick. And as the laps slowly tick by, Patrick just can't get close enough. Timo dives to the right. He does not want to give even a lick of slipstream to Patrick. And it's definitely worked. And I think why the gap has stayed so far for so long is because Timo is just doing everything to stay out of slipstream, but he's just getting closer. Patrick slowly approaching. And when's the move gonna happen? The lead is soon gonna change. When is the better question? Unless it just stays a 5-10 gap the whole race, you know what I mean? But Patrick is getting closer. He's been closer than ever before. Can Timo hold off the V-Cup? Can he stay well under pressure? Currently in the lead, reserving for Burger Boy. And also, very quick driver. But now it's Timo's turn. Burger Boy missed out on victory in Australia after a spin at turn 3 and another one at turn 5, which crumbled his race win hopes in the season opener. As we reach lap 20 out of 36, Timo Games. Oh, what? You're joking. Bro. No. You can't be doing this to me. Oh, you're joking. It's happened again. Oh, you're joking. Oh, you're joking. Oh, you're actually joking. How do you get rid of this music? How do you turn this off? Right. I need to be invited back. Am I going to have to watch someone else's stream again? Oh, why has it happened again? And again, everything was working fine. I mean, other people were getting kicked. We saw in the race that others got kicked, and now I'm at mercy of it. This is not good, is it? Right, I need to quickly go on Twitch. Is anyone can possibly invite me? You're actually joking. Right, where's STB League? Who do I have added that can actually invite me? Struggles with Dom, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days, man. Why does this happen every time? Struggles here with Dom. Bro, is there any way I can get invited back? Drawing through someone's game? Wait a minute. We're going to try and join through Aiden. Share screen, invite to game. Everything's privated. I can't get it from him. Who else can I get it from? Rocco. There he is. Games. I'm trying to. Welcome back to Struggles with Dom, where I'm just honestly, it's honestly taking the piss here. Because I don't get what's happening. My game's working fine. I'm just watching tier 2 at this point. I can't even talk to him, can I? Very exhilarating, very. I've been kicked out, and then, the game's working fine. The game was working fine, and I don't know what's happened now. Oh my days, somebody invite me, bro. Struggles with saying that so many times, bro. Just, But we're never going to even get to know the end of this, are we? I'm going to watch it for Aiden Jones' stream. Bro, I'd actually give up, bro. Right. I'm going to watch this stream, mate. Okay, one thing known, Patrick Nemas is still in second, and Timo's still in first. It's lap 30 out of 36. Oh my. Oh, Patrick going on for a move. Oh. This is not good, is it? No one's able to invite me back, bro. Safety car's out. Oh, what email have I used for this fucking account? Logan can invite me. Please, 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 yo. We can get this last lap shown in that. Get in. It's a safety car at the moment in Mexico. And Logan can hook me up with a final lap showdown. I love him so much. Logan, I have you added. Yes! Accept. Oh, thank the Lord. I love him. I love him. He is my king. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. We are back on the restart. Patrick Nemats is in the lead ahead of Simo Games. He's finally got the move done as Firebird finds himself on the podium. Of the safety car restart, Patrick leads 5/10 ahead of Timo. He's going to have to catch up to the V-Carb. With 2 laps to go, he is right behind both of these two. On one of them on hards, one of them on the softs. I think I know who's going to have the advantage here. Down the small straight here before the S section. We could see if Timo has a 3-second penalty, so he needs to hope Patrick gets a penalty for himself. One mistake. But I don't think Patrick will make any. Started on pole, and it looks like he will get the race victory here as we are going to start the final lap of this Grand Prix here today. But here we go, final lap here in Mexico. Timo is immediately going to try and look for a move. Can Patrick Nemats make any mistakes that will allow Timo race victory? Pulls back to the left. Patrick is back for more. Can we see any bit of contact? Any crashes here on this last lap showdown? As he arrives Firebird at the chicane. Patrick Nemats currently down to second, but he does have all the time that he needs. But as Timo pulls away, you never know if just something will spin around for Patrick. It won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. That's yellow flag. That's Fraser. Is that? No, that's his teammate. That's the unknown destiny. But around the final corner, it won't. On track. Yes, it's the Aston Martin of Timo. However, the actual winner is the driver 1.3 seconds behind him. 1.4 now. Timo wins on track, but the winner is the V-Carb of Patrick. He wins in the Mexico Grand Prix. Here in Mexico City, the V-Carb is your winner. Started pole, finished first. First lap goes to Mercedes Fernandez, but that doesn't actually really matter much. So it's Patrick first, Timo second, Dobak rounds out the podium with a very good finish for the Ferrari. Third and fourth, Eric Pole in fifth, Fraser sixth, Aiden Jones seventh, Mercedes eighth, Mans ninth, the man who started second in qualifying, 10th, rounding out to the top 10 is Rocco in the Alpine, followed by Gabriel in 11th, Unknown Destiny 12th, Rafa, Rocco's teammate, in 13th, and the two McLarens in 14th and 15th. Logan Ali, the two Kick Saubers, and Flipper all DNF'd. That was a good half race we've watched after the fact that we did get kicked. Luckily, we did salvage it in the last moment just to see this whole ordeal. Thank you guys very much for watching tonight's STB Racing League Tier 3, with your victor being the V-Carb of Patrick Nemats from Slovenia. Most overtakes from Mindpace, and the cleanest driver, Patrick Nemats. So this was some brilliant action that I have watched today. I am apparently a Williams driver, but whatever. Thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, for more STB action,